peeps. Yeah, been busy on the supercharger. Let's have a look what we've done, eh? So yeah, we've done some extensive modifications. Cut the whole rear off, ported the actual supercharger itself. That's what everyone does. Gets a little bit more. This is the Gen 3, and yeah, everyone does it out to a Gen 5. So yeah, we've deleted all the little valves, intakes, and deleted the little recirculating valve as well. That's supposed to get rid of the shutter when these things when you got on idle, forcing air on idle, you'll get a bit of shutter on the actual blades themselves. I'm not really worried about that too much. So yeah, that we got deleted. Just more shit that's gonna stuff up and just looks messy. So now I've got like a nice, just weld up a little bit here. I've got a nice intake there now, so that'll be 3.5 inch from there. I'll weld an elbow coming off of that, maybe a 180 coming right around, and that'll be awesome. So yeah, that's, we deleted the center divider as well, so it just gives that more area. Now the only thing is just we've been trying to come up with an idea to mate it for that, and yeah, what I've come up with was 100mm from it. So 100mm bit RHS there, and yeah, looking at that like that to that, and yeah, that's what's pretty much exactly. I've just got a couple of marks here of where it finishes and ends, so right about there, and yeah, about there. That's what it needs to look like. That I'm going to weld on. This is very thin, but yeah, literally just like that. So if you can imagine that being like that on both sides, straight and straight, and then out the front here, I'll make it, well, that there will be going nicely on the angle, and oops, and I'll have the piece going there nicely. And I'm just going to weld straight to the actual chamber itself. I've done a lot of welding on it today. As I said, it's sort of a cheap supercharger, so if I stuffed it up, I would just throw it out anyway. But yeah, I've done a lot of welding on it today, and a couple of heat down cycles, cool down cycles, and heat up cycles. And yeah, hasn't moved. The supercharger spins freely, haven't got any oil in it, so I don't want to do too much on it now. But yeah, I think that there is what it should need. That there will clear the fuel rail, no worries, and yeah, and everything else sort of thing. I could do something else on here on this flat plate if I need to mount some stuff, doesn't matter. But I'm pretty confident that's where we're gonna sort of mount it. As you can see, the chamber in there. Yeah, so it's pretty much just going to be dead straight center in the center of the plenum, of the intake, and then yeah, and going straight like that, you can sort of see the amount of area that we've got in there. So it's pretty much going to be the same. If you like the plenum design that I had before, because that's what we're sort of got to do, because we've got to distribute it into all 4 cylinders somehow still, and that's how much I had before, which when you look at it from there to there, it's more or less the same, which is good. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I was thinking of just literally cutting that in half and mounting that there, but it wasn't wide enough. So we already thought of that. I was thinking of cutting it up and spreading it, but the back's all welded up anyway, and that wasn't going to work. But And yeah, so I reckon the straight will just give it a different look there. So what I'll do tomorrow was I'll just quickly cut up a couple of 3mm pieces of this of alloy, and just give it 4 tacks on either side, and we'll get it on the car and see how it looks, I reckon. But yeah, that's what I've got up for tonight. This is taking me a few hours just by welding, die running, cutting, and yeah, and everything else. Yeah, a lot of modifications here. So yeah, they had holes everywhere, all over here. So big ass holes here, hole at the front, 2 holes at the back here. Yeah, I had to weld this up. I've still got to weld this up here straight so then I can actually weld it to it nicely. Just putting out the supercharger took a while. That used to have a divider right here. Used to have a divider as well, and I'm not sure if you can sort of see the weld sort of there and there, but they're the actual quietening ports that will weld it up. Obviously when these first got made, they realized these things were too loud on the wine, so they had to scallop out 2 holes, well, wherever they could actually, and just to give it the quietness. So obviously we don't want that, we want it loud as possible, so we've welded them up. That's what a lot of people say they do. So that's yeah, I'm pretty happy with everything that it's all come up. Pretty happy with the back. I've got a piece of 3.5 here. It's a bit bent up, but you can sort of see that it is. So here's my crappy ass piece of 3.5, and you can sort of see that it's pretty much 3.5 inch there. If you can see there, I can pour it out a little bit more here if I need to, but I don't really want to take too much because I'll stuff up the whole design of what happens with the supercharger. That piece there, my crappy little 3.5 inch piece, obviously I'll weld it on when it's circled. I'll clean up the rest so it makes it look nice. I just had to put a bit of heat in here, literally just melted in there because it's pretty thick wall here. But yeah, that's all come up nicely. Don't worry about the little hole here. That's just a side piece here that goes on to that one there on the side. That'll get welded up. It doesn't do absolutely jack shit right now because it bypasses everything that used to go into the intake, but doesn't now. Yeah, so that's what I've got at the moment. Got it all sorted out, ready to go. I've got the plate cut back off here, ready for the throttle body. But the throttle body, I'll after we do this, like well, it would be the other way. It would be up. So literally, it's going to be like 3.5 inch going around underneath it, pretty much. Yeah, once I get that welded, then on the end of that, I'll have the throttle body. Yeah, so if you guys see any problems, let me know. But I had a look at how these bad boys work today, and yeah, they're all pretty much basic. I made it a little bit more basic. No one's really gone this sort of route of what I've sort of extensive with the chopping them up, because I literally chopped off the whole back. The whole back was like that big there. I sort of I'll kind of show you. So that's the back piece. I can sort of take off these pieces of how much supercharger we took off here. So this is a piece here. Yeah, this whole piece literally was like that, and those chunks were there, and yeah, so you can sort of see how much we've taken off, how much we've gotten rid of, because the outlet of that was like that. So yeah, it was a bit squashed up, and I had to run to get that chamber. I would have ran this this pipe instead, and welded the, well, not really even a 3.5 inch off of this. So So we'll have to do some couple of step downs. So wasn't liking that at all. All the shavings in there because it yeah, it took a lot of die grinding as well. But definitely tell it gets bigger in there, you know what I mean? So changes shape totally. So yeah, that's what I've come up with. Yeah, this is pretty much what we've created. We've got the whole manifold there ready to go now. We just got to literally weld it onto the block of the supercharger. I had it tacked, 4 tacks on it. Sit it in there, made the 2 sides up, welded the whole thing together, cut the tacks off, and cleaned up inside, welded on the inside, made sure all the ports are all nice, everything's all nice and clean. So yeah, that's what we've come up with. So now we've got to sit the supercharger straight on here, and yeah, weld around it. We just got to make sure on the front here of the supercharger, right here, this needs to be flush. We can't damage this in any way. I don't think we'll distort it. We've got a bit of alloy there. Should be alright. But yeah, just got to make sure we don't damage the front here, because this is where it actually seals up. Yeah, so we should be okay. And yeah, that's what we've got up. I reckon it looks pretty nice. I'll get it done, and I'll yeah, next video will be actually on the vehicle itself. Alright boys, that's what we'll come up with. Just tacked on there for now. I'm just making sure everything looks nice and straight, because I can twitch it whatever way. But yeah, I've got it all nice and straight with the manifold that way. Yeah, had some squares on it, had a couple of levels on it. Yeah, I think that's exactly how it's gonna work. I was a bit unsure about this part here, but I've sort of gave it a bit of a radius here to go into the number 1 port. But yeah, inside it comes up alright, because actual the opening of the supercharger's back here. So that's plenty. We've got plenty of room here for a bigger pulley, because I'm going with a Gilmer drive. I've measured one up, that'll be fine. Cooler's going to be coming further forwards, because this middle bit section here is going. It's going to be just a flat plate, so I'll have a bit more section here anyway. Yeah, I personally think that's pretty nice where it is. Plenty of space around here for a 180 bend going around it and going back underneath it, and plenty of room under there for things to happen. The only thing we've got is obviously starter motor, but that's not too big. Yeah, so we literally got to go down there and into the side here now. As I said, I was going to cut this off and replate the top, and we'll come off the side instead. But yeah, see what you think, guys. I reckon it's come up really nice. I had to go a tad more on the angle, because I did come out 100mm here, right there, and without doing any more modifications, I've yeah, come sort of as far as I could. I just wanted to get the more chamber size, because I need to get it distributed, the air inside. If I was too close, I would literally be just on 1 and 2 cylinder. Didn't want that to happen. So yeah, I reckon it actually looks pretty nice. Yeah, I'll go ahead, I'll weld the whole thing around now. I'll bolt the thing to the table now, so it won't warp on me. But yeah, I think that looks pretty nice. It's all done. I'll weld it up. Yeah, nothing really what I can do. I'm pretty sure I'll end up painting it all black anyway, as I normally do most of my shit. Yeah, it's all come up well. I just got to order the 3.5 inch well, the 180 going right around. So yeah, she's all come up well. Fuel rail all works nicely. I can get to the bolts. I've just popped them in just for quick sakes, just to see if I can get to them. All clears the bonnet, no worries. It's all pretty much exactly the same height as the turbo, which I'm liking. I was actually going to have it a little bit higher on this side, but I'm pretty happy that I've done it that side. Yeah. So next stage is to order the pipe. I'm just got to get it now to. I really got to get this mount this intercooler where I need it, and then so then I can get the pipe happening for this side. Get the throttle body organised. I'll probably have the throttle body. There you go. Hard peeps, leave it to it. Yeah, so next week is going to be obviously all on the go-kart. I only just quickly done the supercharger just because I just wanted to get it out of the way. So yeah, this bad boy will be yeah, everything is ready for it next week. So yeah, if you guys liking the channel, don't forget to give me a like and yeah, pass it on to your friends, and hopefully they can subscribe as well.